Is not dangerous by any means. It's just keeping low, and it won't be easy to play strokes as the game goes on. England have two spinners. Thompson now to bowl the first ball, the fourth morning, to Tony Greig. That's a good solid start from Tony Greig. It was uppish past Thompson's right hand, but beautifully struck for 4 runs. So militant action from England immediately this morning. Good shot. Full toss. Thompson trying for the Yorker there. Over-pitched, and Tony Greig wasting no time. If that's the way the session's going to go, it will be tremendous entertainment. Lovely stroke, that one. That's probably the best shot of the 3 he's played this morning. Gilmore is the man chasing. So 11 runs have come in this first over from Jeff Thompson.
Well, that was certainly a marvellous start for England. Tony Greig signalled his intentions straight away, and this is what's certainly needed. A slight surprise this morning in his bowling Ashley Mallet straight away. This is a bit of a gamble for Ian Chappell because it could go either way. If Greggy gets in against him, he might take 20 or 30 very quick runs. On the other hand, it will turn a bit, and if he starts striking straight away, he might just miss out.
He's out, caught and bowled for 49, a full toss, and in fact Mallet has struck quickly, and that really is a vital wicket for Australia because Tony Greig looked as though he might massacre them this morning. Out for 49, caught and bowled Mallet, a full toss, and there it is again. A sad end to what was a very good innings. But a good success for Ashley Mallet. Tony Greig, 49. A lot of applause there, and well-deserved too from spectators here at Headingley. And now Chris Old comes out. Well bowled by Thompson. And the 200 comes up for England. 353, the overall lead now. Good shot. It was very wide. Old did well to get to it, in fact, and he hit it very hard through square point. Four runs. It's a mis-stumping, and he's out. Mis-stumping by Marsh, but it bounced back off the pads. Well, that's bad luck for Chris Old and good luck for Rodney Marsh. Didn't get his gloves to it. It's good, also very good luck for Ashley Mallet. Old hitting over the top of it. It hit Marsh on the gloves and rebounded, you could see there, straight back onto the stumps. The bat John Hampshire's using there. You can see that it's one of those that is scooped out at the back, thus allowing the edges to be made much thicker. Really is a tremendous amount of wood on the edges of these blades now, almost an inch thick. It's out. It's a good catch too. That went very fast to Greig Chappell. John Hampshire, naught. And the 6th wicket down for 210, and I think Thompson deserved that one. He really is bowling fast out there now. That left John Hampshire a little bit, and it went very fast indeed to Greig Chappell. Slips have got to stand up close on this pitch, and that was a fine catch.
And Steele, a fine shot, using his feet beautifully down the pitch, and it's into the crowd. A great 6 then by David Steele. That's certainly got this big Monday morning crowd on their feet. The flags are waving. And David Steele really pulling one out of the bag there. And just dropping short. Mallet usually clings hold of those. That one lifted nastily. Strike right at the top of the bat or round about the gloves. It's still not quite knowing where it's gone. Great effort in the end by Mallet, and there is Marsh trying to scoop it up. No worries there, over pitch one, and that's where he likes them. On the front foot and drove it comfortably through mid-off for 4. Well, it happens so very often to the bowler. There's a difficult chance dropped and the next one's put away for 4. That's put away, a short one. Very short indeed. Turner will cut that off. And Steele adds 2 more. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a better shot. Once again, it was very short from Mallet. That's the spot the off-spinner really can't afford to bowl to with this sort of field. Alan Knott, second boundary, taking him on to 10. That's a good shot, lofted right over the bowler's head. 1 bounce into the crowd. And with this sort of treatment, Chappell really has to think about the new ball. That's a great stop. The white signalled, which made it an even better stop, really. An awful long way down the leg side. Great anticipation, wonderful dive, right through the air and still clinging hold of it. 2 slips in a gully for Gilmore, cover mid-off. Nobody in at short leg in a catching position. And Chappell trying to maintain the balance here by looking for a wicket and keeping the runs down. And that swung away beautifully by Alan Knott. The in-swinger really picked hold of it quite gloriously, put it away over a deep long leg. This fine shot by Knott, bringing up the 250 for England. What a curious shot that was. Difficult situation. Alan Knott feeling he's got to look for runs whenever he can, and I'm quite sure that would have been signalled a wide. In the end, he nearly finished up giving a catch in the gully. Just look at that. Who would have thought that Alan Knott would have played a shot like that off Jeff Thompson, right into the crowd for 6. As Railings was saying, he certainly can improvise. The ball before, he was thinking in terms of running away from it, slashing it to the offside. Now he picks that up. Good old Sunday afternoon shot on the village green there. Thompson to Steele. That's a fine shot. First time he's really been able to time the hook off Jeff Thompson, got into position nicely. Steele with that boundary, taking his score now on to 92. That's out. So Steele not to make his 100, and the crowd here hardly realised what had happened. It was such a snappy catch there by Greg Chappell at mid-wicket. There was silence here of a few seconds until they saw David Steele head bowed a little on his way back to the pavilion after another really excellent effort. So Dennis Lilly to have his first bowl of the morning. Oh, would you believe it? That's the second fine catch. Seemed to all intents and purposes that Thompson wasn't going to get anywhere near that at all. Tremendous leap in the air, pulled it out of the sky with one hand. Really great entertainment here this morning. Fine catches, good bits of bowling, some excellent shots, and they're even having their own little replay out there amongst themselves. So a fine effort from Alan Knott. Exactly what the doctor ordered there. 31 very quick runs. And the departure of Alan Knott at 2.76 for 8.
England began at 184 for 3. They've made 101 in this hour and a half. Rodney Marsh. Also going after it is Turner behind square leg. The 9th wicket goes down. And in fact, there is to be another man come out. That'll be Underwood, number 11. Alan Turner, the man completing the catch there for Gary Gilmore's 2nd wicket. Edmonds getting a top edge to the bouncer. Marsh went for it. Turner called his and took it quite safely. That's a lovely scything stroke from John Snow. Tremendous blow, bouncing just short of the boundary at extra cover. Been a lot of those strokes played this morning, improvised shots. That's a good catch. Very good catch by Rodney Marsh. Bottom edge and running away from him down the leg side. And the England 2nd innings finishes at 291. A good start there by Tony Greig, finally dismissed for 49, but the innings of the morning came from Alan Knott. 31 in an improvised knock, much as he's played in Australia in the 6 test matches played out there recently, and as he has done for England over his great career. The tail-enders, Edmonds and Snow, chipped in with some runs, and that gave Tony Greig the chance to set a really difficult target, 445 to win. Well, it's not been done before in these games, and at that point, I didn't think it would be done again. I thought they could only pass over of the Australian 2nd innings to Rick McCosker. A bowl. It's a lovely outswinger. John Snow now will bowl to Rod Marsh. It's in the air, but it's 4 runs. Just be fairly close. Would want to pitched outside leg stump, I should think. John Snow slanting it across from fairly wide on the return crease. Well, it didn't pitch outside leg stump.
Chris Hole then is 5th over. McCosker facing. It's just wide of slip. It'll run away for 4. There's no 3rd man. Fletcher going full length and just beating the outstretched hand there. No movement, just a little bit late on it, and just a couple of feet away from Fletcher's full length dive there at slip. Shout, and that too must have been fairly close. Ball very well pitched up by John Snow. And that, I must say, did look very close indeed. And that a perfect legitimate leg glance this time by McCosker, beating John Snow and going through for 4. McCosker now on 26 and the opening stand worth 40. Yeah. That's another 4 runs from a bad ball from Chris Hole, dropped very short indeed, and handsomely square cut by McCosker. And he's dropped him. Well, poor old Fletcher. This is a ground where he's down so many catches, and that, I must say, not a difficult one. Seemed to move nicely into position to take it, had it in his hands, and out she spilled. And let off for Marsh, his score on 12. Snow, the unlucky bowler, and the Australian total on 48. Chase around for Underwood. So that coming off the pad, 2-leg buys, brings up the 50 opening partnership for Australia in this 4th innings. No joy for John Snow. A really fine spell of 8 overs for 13 runs.
It's 4 runs. Nice shot by McCOSKER off his toes there, slightly over-pitched by Underwood. McCOSKER kept it down very well, got it past the short square. Oh, well bowled again. Good leg cut of that. Bowled him. Marsh was aiming through the gap, through mid-on. Good slow ball. That was really well bowled by Derek Underwood. He held that back, and Marsh was through with the stroke much too early. It is Derek Underwood's 200th wicket in Test cricket. Rodney Marsh bowled Underwood for 12. An error of judgment there by Rod Marsh. Drawn in by the slower ball. First ball he faced from Derek Underwood in this innings. There it is, more flight. It just turned enough to hit the bat, but Marsh was playing right across it, aiming away in that vacant area through mid-on. That really is worth looking at again. Lovely exhibition of the fast bowler's craft. A leg cutter, beautiful delivery. It's a nicely hit stroke. Picked that up, I would think, from round about the middle stump and swept it away behind square. What a good ball. That must have missed off stump by about 2 inches, I suppose. It cut back a long, long way. Not far outside, and then it kept on coming. Almost cut Chappell in two. Inside edge onto the pad.
Set away this time, thick edge, going right between those two slits, hurrying away for 4. So, a little bit of luck on 14 on there from McCOSKER, but it was no chance, going all the way along the ground between the two slits. And a good 50 to the opening bat from New South Wales in 107 minutes, included 8 fours. Edmonds bowling well here, varying his pace nicely. Trying to push one through a little quicker, tosses one up. And that's outside leg stump, swung away by Ian Chappell, through for 4 runs. And once again, strain outside leg stump. Chappell giving it a similar treatment, so successive boundaries to balls pitched outside the off stump. Good ball. And unlucky Underwood. It's 4 more. Wasn't a chance. But the evidence of the turn there again. Too quick a ball. Too quick for McCOSKER. Edging it wide of Chris Holder's. It's turned again. Just not going to hand there, slip and short leg. They're both very close. It'd be difficult to ask them to stand any closer to Derek Underwood, but no bounce for the spinner. He'll spin there all right, but not sufficient bounce for that ball to carry.
There's a shout of catch him there, but wasn't a great deal of animation from all the fielders. It's a splendid stroke from Ian Chappell. Really cottoned onto that, straight over the top, hitting the fence giving the advertising signs on the full, and umpire Constant has signalled 6. It's 4 more. Wide of the cover fieldsman Fletcher, and that is Ian Chappell's half-century. 42 of that half-century have come in boundaries. It's been a very, very good innings.
Some way to go before he catches up the 3 heavier scorers in Australia, Bradman, Harvey and Laurie. Go right way there. He very, very seldom misses out on that sweep shot. Connects again right in the middle of the bat for 4 more. Applause and for the 100 partnership, 156 for 1. These two coming together when Rodney Marsh fell the score on 55. It's a very confident shout, and it's upheld, and Ian Chappell has gone LBW to Chris Howe. And there's a breakthrough that England have waited such a long, long time for. Fine partnership, extremely good innings there from Ian Chappell. Ended with Chris Howe getting him LBW. Playing across the ball, very well pitched up. And it looked an extremely good decision. With a fine reception from the Australian captain. A great fighting innings. 124 minutes for his 62 runs, including a 6 and 11 fours. A little bit cross to get out there. He really has played extremely well. It's a good shot. Threw himself at that. No chance at all there for Fletcher at mid-off. So Greg Chappell underway with 2 boundaries in this over. Good attacking thinking this to try and unsettle the new batsman. Not with a ball like that. Short and cut away again by Greg Chappell, taking a leaf there out of his brother's book. So he too is dealing in boundaries here. His first 12, coming in 3 shots. I think we're getting ample evidence of the slowness of this pitch here on the last day. The ball, absolutely vital that it's kept up to the pad. That's a better one. It's a great catch, and Greg Chappell's gone. That's the way, pitched that well up, committed to it, and what a fine catch by David Steele. Really went very sharply off the bat. Greg Chappell looked threatening, but he's gone after making only 12 in 3 scoring shots. Another failure for Greg Chappell, and another good success for England. Ball spinning, turning, classic slow left arm delivery. And Greg Chappell turning quickly on his way. Fine catch by David Steele.
McCOSKER and Walters got through to the close of play. Walters making 25, his highest score in England in 10 test matches. McCOSKER finished on 95 not out. They both had to battle very, very hard towards the end. John Snow came back for 20 minutes and bowled really well. Tony Greig keeping McCOSKER away from the strike and forcing Walters to take a full over, and my word, Snow did bowl well at him. In fact, Snow bowled extremely well throughout the day. It was a very unlucky piece of fast bowling, one of the best exhibitions I've seen from John Snow for a long, long time. Phil Edmonds was a little astray with his direction, and Derek Underwood couldn't quite break through, although he turned 1 or 2 sharply. Now, the situation is that, to me, England are still in the box seat. I doubt very much if Australia can make the runs necessary. Mick Malone making his debut.